Hello, everyone, and welcome to another thrilling episode of The Dice That Bind Us, where six illustrious adventurers go on a journey that is life or death, trying to save the fucking world. Is that a good dramatic entrance? Is that good? Did it work?
Sure.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
curse in the first couple of minutes, we could get demonetized, though.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've cursed in
Yeah,
the
we're
first word of a video before,
yeah,
so
we're screwed. We can never
yeah.
make money.
We do it for the fans.
All 78
All
of
two
you.
of you.
Oh,
We have 78.
we have 78 subscribers at this moment, Ian.
Hi, Mom.
Thanks, Bronwyn.
Happy Mother's Day.
No, everyone, welcome back to the Dice Mind Us. We are going to pick back up with our party after the activities of last episode. I don't know why that was so hard for me in my brain just now. What happened last week was the party spent a lot of time on their boat talking to the affectionately named BB, or the boat beast, the devil locked inside. They found out some information from him about possibly getting into the 9 layers of hell, a little bit more about Xerxes, and a little bit more about Dianthus, Lysander's brother. Dianthos, as the Furbolgs say. Anuk and Garagak spent some time awakening Mr. Muttons, the best pet, the only pet, truly the best creature ever to exist, and met up with Harsnag and Reginald, the pronoun spider, who has now also joined the ship's crew, to find out from Harsnag they needed to go approximately 40 miles east, and also picked up some really cool magic items that they just happened to leave behind the last time they were there. That
We're doing
I
our best, y'all.
graciously reminded them of several times.
So nicely.
I'm the best.
We were
Remember me.
very focused, tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. And that's good. It's good. It's a good thing.
I got yelled at by my crush. It's fine.
True. Olan came and scolded, and then promptly disappeared. And we joined back with the party with them approaching the Great Worm Cavern. You guys have made to the point where Harshnag had told you to go, have lowered the ship, and have begun to search around. And you see pretty plainly the entrance to a large cave system. And standing outside of it are 4 individuals dressed in very similar garb to the barbarians you met a few times prior. The ones that were in the Temple of the Eye of the Allfather, and the ones that half of you, 4 of the 6 of you met previously that had murdered Soup and Phil and a lot of the horses and a lot of other stuff. So, my friends, the world is yours. What would you like to do as you're approaching these people?
Do we want to go civil and just try to get in there, dig up their ancient art? The more I'm saying this doesn't seem like a reasonable thing to ask of them.
So it's totally
That's
not
true.
how I normally am. But do we want somebody to go in and talk to the barbarians and see if they will give up and give us what we want before we go in and do what we do best, and that's bring the chaos?
If there is the least stressful and destructive path, maybe the best one? Are any of us able to do that?
We could try to kill them really fast.
Why do
No.
we have to kill people?
I was
I mean, you killed people that look just like them in the other cave, and you said that they killed before, and like you didn't really have a problem with it. So
Well, that's
They-
because they started off trying to kill us.
They attacked
not
us.
I
starting
recognize
off
the
attacking
one.
us.
There was one in there that I recognized from the
Oh.
group that actually killed our friends.
there's no saying that these ones also won't try to kill you.
You're right. There is no saying that. However, Tepartos is not going to go in guns a-blazing, assuming they wish us the same ill harm that the others have.
Why not? When I first met you, told me to kill your friend.
Yes, because I had full intention of bringing you back. I don't want to keep talking about this. We're going to move past this. Next.
If you ask him to do it again, I don't think he would bring you back.
At this point, maybe not. Don't test your luck.
I'm not testing my luck. I'm just kind of putting a fact out there. You asked what people wanted to do, and I just said kill them really fast. And then you asked why.
Ignoring
I
that.
did say we go talk first. If we want to go in and just blow into them, I got some stuff for you.
I feel like at least trying to talk to them is going to be the easier option to see if somehow we can get things. I mean, they did say the artifacts were under like their shrines to their gods,
It is true.
so they may not be okay with it. But
Or they may want them gone as they are sacrilegious to their gods. Who knows?
no, they stole them from the giants.
All right. Well,
Okay,
you
well, let's try
guys
talking to them.
decide what you want. I'm gonna go disappear and be ready to kill them when everything goes bad. And I'm gonna go stealth and find a good vantage point to shoot them.
We're still on the boat, though, right?
They said we were off and scouting around and walking around. That's how we found.
You had landed in the general area and had to find like this specific entrance.
Okay.
Okay, Zyko roll a stealth check, and then whoever is going to go up to them civilly to try to have that conversation.
25.
Honestly, it's probably going to be me.
I'm done to go up there with you.
Okay, so Lysander and Garagak. Anybody else going?
I would like a couple of things. One, I'm casting Druidcraft to know the weather.
Snow, heavy snow.
Cool.
Surprise.
Cool. Yeah, not out of what I wasn't expecting.
Ileana should say that out loud because that is a very good point.
Yeah, before everyone starts fucking off, Juliana kind of waves everyone down and says, hey, we want to communicate, right? Not like last time. I have this same spell that can give us. We can be linked telepathically, any distance.
That would be
I mean-
useful, very useful in this moment.
That might not be a bad idea, especially if I have to go into a different animal form and I can't talk.
So 8 people, everyone in the party, plus Soup, I guess? Or Gum Gum, or...
I'm important.
Yeah.
Do we want
I'm
to?
important.
Boys,
Are
they're
you
all
are
important.
you two okay with like talking first?
Us two?
Yes.
No. Soup's like, well, yeah, that seems like the reasonable approach to these situations. Yeah.
Come, don't shoot anything until they fight us first.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Thank you.
like up on the boat. You see just that front ballista with like the claw bolts is just pointed at the general cave entrance. He's waiting.
Should we also have somebody take the airship, like, up into the sky a little bit while we're not at it?
That would be reasonable for it to be a little ways off the ground so it doesn't just get boarded.
Soup does know how to fly the ship.
Cool. So you will remain on the ship. You will give us the overhead vantage point of letting us know what's going on. If anything is looking weird and fishy that we don't catch on the ground. Be air support if needed.
Oh. Hey, I think I had an idea.
Okay.
The barbarians we met in the temple, other than, the big guy with the axe and the guy that burst into the thing, what else was there?
A white dragon? Did we get any sense that they worship this dragon, or if it just happened to be there?
It was working with them.
I mean, if you want a vibe as a white dragon, that might give us some cred. I don't know where Lysander picked up any of this lingo.
I hang back, and if it seems like we need it, I come flying in as a dragon.
Yeah, go hang up on the ship as a cool dragon and keep an eye out, and then swoop in all powerful and performative. I like
Ooh.
that.
Or I come in as a whale.
You do what seems to be best for the situation. I
Gotcha.
begrudgingly trust you in this moment.
Aye, Captain.
Oh god, this is a problem. I make my way to the entrance with the barbarians.
Go up
You,
on the ship.
Garagak, is anybody else going on like that front like civility party, or is everybody else hanging back to see how it goes?
I'll go with.
Okay. Spartos.
I think I'm gonna hang back for the time being and make sure no stray bolts fire somewhere they're not supposed to.
Okay.
I got
So
that.
so we got Anuk, Zykor, and Tapartos is like hanging back, waiting to see how things go. The other three of you are the advance party.
I am full ready, bow drawn to just shoot.
I assume everybody is ready to go if things go bad. But the three of you approach, and there's these four barbarians. And as you approach, they look young. They look to be 14 to 16-year-olds, standing wearing armor, kind of weapons held, but you can tell by your experience, not masterfully. And as you approach, one of them steps forward and goes, who goes there?
Hail and well met. We've heard great stories of your tribes. We come to see your shrine.
If you knew of our tribe, you would know that the shrines are not a tourist attraction. What is your true purpose?
Honestly, that was quite true to our purpose. We have heard much things of your tribe and the things you do in honor of your gods, especially in the realm of besting giants and honing their special artifacts. We seek those artifacts.
You want to take the shrine?
We want to see if there can be use that would allow us to not take your shrine. We are trying to, this may not be the best plan of being perfectly honest, we are trying to establish peace.
Peace for who?
For all. Prevent a large new reckoning war coming forward. Stopping hellfire raining from the skies, every creature being caught in the crossfire. We're trying to establish a moment of civility and ease.
Roll a persuasion check.
For some reason, I am not specialized in that. Oh, only a 10.
He looks extremely skeptical. You speak of wanting to take the giant artifacts, but that giant shield is the shrine. It is built around it.
Oh, we were only informed that it was honestly built over does make sense. Tell me more of your gods, of your worship. We have heard of your tribe, but not much of your wants and needs with these artifacts, these items.
It is the one God, our protector, the one who helped us slay the giants to keep our people safe. The shrines are a symbol to those triumphs, a beacon of hope for our people. This is what you want to take from us. How is taking our hope going to bring peace?
These are valid points. Kind of in my head, it's like, these shrines are important religious artifacts of theirs. It gives them hope to their god and protection from the giants. Thoughts?
Hmm.
I mean, you two are also standing here.
Yeah.
It's going well.
We kind of have to take it anyway.
As a note, we
Say-
don't have to do this.
You
We
say
don't
that.
need these things.
Garagak, you say this, we kind of have to take it anyway. And the kid kind of like takes the spear he's holding and like moves it forward slightly and goes, so you're saying we have no option then?
Well, yeah, so a giant white dragon told us to take it, and quite frankly, it scares us more than you scare us. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you heard anything of the 11? I can't remember if it was the 9 or the 11.
The 10.
the
Of course.
10.
The 10 ancient dragons that held over all of the lands and were rampant in the giant dragon war of ages of old.
No?
About what was it, 6 months ago? Did you hear a really, really loud, like earth-shattering roar?
Like 40 miles that way, like points towards the temple.
Yes, we at the time assumed it was our people's victory, finally finding a way to destroy the giant temple.
Oh, not quite. That was a giant white dragon. Name doesn't matter, but coaxial. And yeah, that's the thing that told us to get the shield.
Roll a deception check, Ileana.
Is there any way I can assist in this?
I would say you could do it with advantage because it is like the three of you are all in as a part of this conversation.
We're playing Hype Crew.
So a 10 with advantage.
They are. That is a very hard story to believe. And they kind of look you over and go, "You're just working with them. You want to take them back."
We want to establish a world where you will not have to defend yourselves to have a place in this land. Because if we do not work together, all of humanoid kind and then some are at risk. We defeated a hill giantess who is trying to take over the lands. Chiefka of the hill giants? Of the hill giants, who is trying to destroy all of humanoid kind with a weapon. We dismantled that weapon, and we are trying to bring a peace where things like that are never used, where humanoid kind is not at risk.
Roll a persuasion check with. It'll be a flat roll.
+5, help me now. Fuck me, these persuasions are bad. A 9.
All of our hunters are gone. All of the people we relied on to take care of us never came home after their last trip. The two strongest of our tribe, gone.
We do not want to hurt you. We do not want to bring harm to your tribe.
You just want to take the last remaining piece of hope that we have.
It is a lot to put on faith. I understand.
You are asking me to believe that our tribe is supposed to just accept that you, random strangers, are going to take a symbol that has meant the world to us for generations, and we're just supposed to believe that it's supposed to save the world.
Yep.
You have no proof. You have no anything.
Is there anything we can do to show you we are true?
What do you think you could do?
I understand. It is a humongous ask. We have been through so much in the previous months. Is there any way we can take you to the rest of your tribes?
The rest of our tribe is gone.
Oh, you guys are spread out and separate as the clans of my own. We have heard you are all over the map, all over this region.
Youthgarti are not one mind.
Understandable. I apologize for my assumption. It would be taking someone to distant cousins at best.
Just by the look of you, I can tell that we will not beat you. We cannot stop you. But for the four of us, And that 8 people still in that cave. This is all we have. This is the only thing we have left in the world.
Telepathically. Friends, this does not feel good. We killed the rest of their tribe. This is all they have left of any semblance of hope of
We
their...
could trade them the artifact for the axe.
But then it shows that we were where their people were killed.
We found them.
We
in the
found them.
temple.
We didn't tell them. At this point, they know that they can't stop us. I mean, I'd rather leave them the axe so they can, like, have some means of defending themselves.
Or closure.
Ileana, you would know at this point after identifying the axe. It is not something that anyone can pick up and use.
Okay, so it does weigh what it says. Okay, cool.
So it would be a relic of their kind at most.
Yeah.
There you go. Relic for a relic.
We had, on the same path that we are on, had wandered into the temple. We found the remains of your kin. We found their weapons, their artifacts. If we return these items to your tribe, we can fetch their remains for you to bury.
You already have all their remains.
Yeah,
I know. I don't
They
want to
don't
say
know.
that.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage.
Yep.
But it's not a deception. We did find it 6 months later
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You said with disadvantage.
because we weren't expecting to see them when we got there.
I don't think the bonus changes from deception to persuasion for Lysander, so I don't think it honestly matters all that much.
Mm-mm.
But either way, it's going to be a disadvantage because you guys have consistently failed the checks you've made before that.
A 12.
You happened to find an excursion of our people into the temple. You happened to find their weapons laying down.
The temple was full of a myriad of ice spiders, of creatures that had the tunnels collapsed.
You think we
and-
did not know? You think that was their first time there? You think that the best of us would be felled by some fucking ice spiders? You spin a web of lies like the spiders you speak of.
I said if he points the spear any closer, I'm shooting him.
He's not. The spears they are held like defensively, but they are not looking aggressive.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if it
Yeah.
switches to aggressive at any point in time, he's getting shot in the leg.
Okay. He just continues. You have not told me the truth once.
I have told you the truth.
You have not given me any proof of your
I
supposed truth.
understand that it is a lot to ask. And yes, we need that item to try and find the other giants to bring an end to this world of chaos and hell that is coming upon us. We are trying to give you anything that could remain to make this less
And-
abysmal.
Then give us back the elders you killed.
To Bartos, can we give them back the elders that they killed? It's been like 6 months.
Tepartos cannot give them back the elders that they lost.
That'd be like a true resurrection.
I think
fair.
the better question is, are they skeletons, army skeletons already?
I was going to say, no, the Bartos cannot do that. If we did like 2 or 3 days, maybe they could be a little stinky, but right now they are like really bad. We could give them back like their feet or something like that, but that's it's about all we can do at this point. But if they wanted to like bury it or give it to the birds or light it on, I don't know what they want.
We are also at the impasse again, telepathically. Not every artifact is useful to us.
How do we know this one isn't?
We don't know if it is either. Tipartos, imagine if somebody came to your clan, to your tribe, on the day where you thought you lost everything and told you they would take your shrine to Sylvanas.
Understandable.
How would we know if it's useful to us?
We don't. We know some of the relics will come back. Well, there are several relics and half as many giant clans. We don't know if they will give us nothing. We don't know if this will point us back to Chief Ga. We don't know if we even need to do this. We can just find the giant clans ourselves, which is equally as hard, but...
Well, this seems to be pretty easy. But what have they said?
Lysander, Garagak, and Ileana, roll me an insight check.
Is this determining truth or lies?
No.
Cool. It's just a vibe.
Dirty 20.
21.
Garagak and Lysander. It was a high DC for this because it's telling like it's a lot of situational, but looking at these kids, gauging the situation, they have all accepted the fact that they are just going to die in this cave. It looks like none of them have eaten in days. It looks like they are the last 4 capable members of their tribe left. And their choices are go out and try to hunt and leave the others utterly defenseless, or sit and wait for death to find them.
Can I see that from up in the airship?
I will relay that.
Yeah.
That these are the remaining 4 hunters they have, and all their skin and bone, and all they're relying on now is the hope of their god to keep them through. They are here dying.
I'm going to come down. I'm going to wild shape into an owl, a snowy owl, fly down, and unwild shape right there for everybody to see.
Just hands up to them, like.
Yeah, all 4 of them definitely like jump and like freak out.
Oh, I don't even care. They can freak out all they want. I'm not, no, I walk up. I got something for you. I reach into the bag of holding and pull out the kettle, the cauldron, set it down, and create water into the kettle or into the cauldron and stir it up. Create the food. And just bowls. Start handing out bowls to these kids.
They accept, and they say, like they look grateful. Like this, they drop the spears, and the one that
Bring
was
your
talking,
friends out. We got enough for everybody.
We mean no harm. I promise you that.
You see, they didn't even give it a second thought. It was an immediate. All defenses lowered, ran to the food, and you see the youngest one runs inside, and you see 8 more individuals. You see 2 extremely young children, 4 or 5 years old, and 6 extremely elderly individuals walk out of this cave. All of them, except for the 2 youngest, looking about the same condition as the others. And they all eat graciously. They sit and they just devour for a little while. And the one that was talking to you looks at you again. This is a great kindness, and I do not mean to sound ungrateful. But this is a temporary solve to only one problem.
I know.
I am grateful. We are grateful, but
We could use some more deckhands. Why don't they just come with us? Stay with the relic.
We'll feed you.
come with you where?
To
wherever
find more
we're going.
relics.
Yeah. You can just man the ship.
To as much as you don't believe it,
Save the world.
make peace.
Yeah.
I am a holy furbolg myself, and I hate to take away hope from people who are already downtrodden. I cannot imagine the ask that I have put on you.
Can I come down at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All of you can kind of rejoin like during that meal time where they were just like scarfing down food. They're not going to fight you. They are at if you guys would have swung, they would have done their best. But I'll just be absolutely real, like meta knowledge wise. All of these guys were like the basic villagers from the monster manual.
I am so
They had,
glad we
like-
didn't come murder teenagers.
They had like 7 HP, like +2 to attack. Like they were not like
With the cauldron, I can feed up to 40 people with a
yeah, no,
level 1 spell.
you guys will be set for food and all that kind of
3
stuff,
times a
especially
day.
on the ship. But it was like, honestly, when you showed up, it was, we have no one coming back. We are not train hunters. We have no sense of anything to do except for wait and hope. But as you guys come down, and Garagak, you say that, and they go, you would just take us in.
We do that.
We
Do
see
some chores on the boat and we
See-
feed you.
people in need. We want to help in the way we can.
Garagak, when you say chores, the 4-year-old, this little girl goes, chores! Just like stomps her foot on the ground.
Oh, I got the perfect chore for someone like you. We got a friend on the boat named Mr. Mutton.
Oh,
He
we-
needs to be brushed and cared for and somebody to talk to.
Do you like sheep, little girl?
What's a sheep?
Ah, ha, 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 ha. You in for a treat.
He's like a little furry cloud. About they speak.
You see that the one that was speaking to you is sitting in like extreme contemplation. He goes, can I have a moment with the elders?
Of
Please.
course, we will. Yes.
And they step away, converse for a few moments, and the elder one, or the one that was talking to you, steps forward, and you see the 6 older folk walk back into the cave. He looks at you and he goes, the 6 of us will come with you.
They wish to stay.
This place is their home. But they agreed to let you take the shield. They believe that it is divine favor that you have come to save us.
Gargak, how much food did you say we had on the ship?
2 months worth. Food and water.
We could leave that here for the old ones.
Yeah.
To make it as comfortable as we can.
Yeah, you guys can just leave the ration because you guys have like water enough for 2 months for like the group of you, and then you can create water, but it's like,
Yeah.
you know, but they don't exactly need the water portion.
Yeah, they got some.
Yeah.
But you say that, and you see immediately just like a weight, like all the weight of the world pulled off of this kid's shoulders. He goes, you would just do that for them.
Yeah.
And if it would bring peace to them, we can leave this one for last. If they want to be with their god as long as they can.
I think that they are already at peace. But knowing that it will not be waiting for starvation, but old age that will claim them, would mean a lot to us.
We are not here to take your artifacts. We are not here to pillage you, and we are not here to end your ways of life. We are sorry that these necessities and desires have to clash in the way that they do, and Tapartos hopes that what we have been able to place before you so far and the mere things we are able to do for you is enough to help you understand that truly what we do desire is exactly that, is to help. We understand it is not perfect, and for that we are deeply, deeply sorry. But thank you for your cooperation, and we will do whatever we can to help the passage of your people and their traditions.
Those are kind words.
They are true.
Can you teach us what to do on the boat?
As
Yeah.
as best we
teach
can.
you.
We have specialists in many regards.
We might want to notify you what you are kind of signing up for on this.
Is it better than slow starvation leading to death?
It is.
Yes.
It's just a lot of. It is.
I'm assuming you tell them.
Yeah, everything
run
that
of
they
it.
are set to face. Probably like holding out some details, talking to a couple of toddlers like in the area, or like at least kind of hushed tones of like and then the bad things and then.
So keep the little ones from the fourth deck of the ship.
Yes.
We can do that.
And we want to keep you as safe as we can. We will not bring you into our hells if we can help it, but you will have passage, you will have a boat, you will have a place to stay and food and company as much as we can offer it.
And
Wait.
whatever we can teach you.
One last question, personal for me. Did you
We did.
acquire an axe?
Yes.
I cannot use it, but it was my father's.
It is yours.
We also have somebody on the ship that can help train you. You can use in this a couple of years probably. It'll be okay.
We do also have, a very hearty trainer. If there's anything you would like to learn and specialize in when you regain your strength, they are there.
Then we would be fools not to accept. Thank you. You spend about an hour unloading the barrels of food and water from the ship and getting it down to them, making sure the elders don't speak common. So the young
What do they speak?
Uthgard. It is the language of the tribes. And you see the one in the one that's been talking to you is translating things back and forth and explaining to them what you're doing and why these barrels are just being brought into the cave. And when you guys walk in, you see that this is an elaborate tunnel system that stretches off for have no idea how long. But in this main atrium area, there is this large, it looks almost like a stage, but it's made of sheer ice that has been carved down. And sitting atop of it, you see a giant shield hung up between two pillars of wood, almost like a gong, like just hanging atop this. You see two of the oldest members of the tribe go up and slowly detach one of the ropes, and they're kind of struggling to move it. It's big, it's heavy, but they're slowly taking it down for you. And
Are they doing it with reverence, or are they just doing it?
no, they're doing it with reverence. They are
Okay.
They are taking their time. They are doing what they can.
Because if they were just taking it down, I would have offered to help.
Yeah,
but
it's
if
like
they're
I'd
doing
offer
it
for
with
help, but
reverence,
it's a ritual, it seems.
No, yeah, they're doing it. You can, and you see one of the younger ones kind of is like walks up and is like trying to offer to help them, and they're brushing him aside and just taking that strain onto themselves and moving it. And they drag it out to the edge of the temple, and one looks at Garagak and Lysander and kind of just like looks at it and then gestures and like looks like to hoist it up onto the ship itself.
Yeah, we
But-
would.
But you guys take the shield, these 6 kids get onto your boat, and you have acquired the first of the giant relics
And a crew.
Yeah.
and a crew.
The
So
friends we
next
made
time
along
when
the
we
way.
knock rocks out of the air, we
Yeah.
can teach the kids how to clean up the rock mess.
Just like kids are meant.
You see, as they're getting onto the boat, they've said their goodbyes. You guys spend a few hours, having a little feast and celebrating that they've been saved, and the elders are full of smiles, and everyone's spirits are much higher than they were when you arrived. And as the kids are getting onto the ship, the little ones are tired and want to go to bed. You show them to some of the extra rooms. Phil and Soup both are like, no, they can just take our rooms. Like, we're good. We can just bunk up with Gum, and Gum's like, whoa, what the fuck? Hold on a minute. I didn't say. Shut the fuck up. And like grab him, drag him down.
I'll have a room so they could have whatever I was gonna use.
Yeah.
We also have an entire devil mansion.
No, they're
Bunch of
not.
rooms.
They're not going in there. If anything, it is us.
Yeah. You make it work. You find accommodations for them.
Hang up hammocks.
During
Yeah.
the whole time, I'll do my daily training. Like after a Nook flew down and they were just gonna eat, I would have just went back to the ship and just done my dagger training, kind of thing. Let's let them do their thing.
You guys had 40 miles of travel time, which is a solid chunk of time. So you guys all would have gotten your daily trainings in.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna just like, nope, you skipped a day. It's over. Ha ha ha.
I was just gonna go back and just kind of keep my distance because this is their thing.
That's fair. No, that's fine.
Oh, Mr. PR, who wants us to make things better, and then we do something good, and you're not even gonna. Nope.
Yeah, no, I
You're
got yelled
fired.
at a lot today for telling you these things, and
No,
then
see,
yelled at.
he's
It was a
your
bad.
PR manager. He's not his own PR manager. So he's letting you guys take the good face of helping these people. And he's going to be the one that puts it into Faerun News Radio later as the
Sure.
traveling heroes save a bunch of starving children from the cave in the spine of the world. On next
It's
week.
slaughtering
snowy
my
mountain
family
time.
members. After slaughtering the only known warriors of said tribe.
You be quiet.
See, this is why. This is why.
I'm not saying it out loud. I just went back because this is your thing. I can't have input on bringing people into your group or not. I'm still trial.
He's so provisional himself.
Yeah. It's like this.
Um,
You guys are doing what you did. I offered my 2 cents. You didn't want it. You guys did what you did, and it worked. So I went back to what I do, which is keep watch and train.
You
That's
see,
what I do.
as you guys get up on the ship, you get the kids up on the ship. You see the crew is standing there waiting to greet you, including Reginald and Mr. Muttons, whom, upon seeing Reginald, all of them kind of like, huh,
He's
like back. And he goes, hello, I'm Reginald. Hello, nice to meet you. What's your name? What are your pronouns? Oh, thanks. Yeah, what's your name? What's your pronoun? Okay, great, thanks. What's your name? What's your pronoun? Okay, great, thanks. What's your name? And he gets to the little one and he goes, hello. Hi, how are you? Good. Okay. Okay. What kind of you need toys or that you need anything? Can I get you? And they're just kind of like staring in awe. And the little girl is like, is that a sheep?
he is not the sheep. The one with the little bow tie is the sheep.
Just clops up. Mr. Muntz looks at the little girl and goes, I am delighted to meet you. My name's Mr. Muttons, and we would be the greatest of friends. And she goes, and just like picks him up and just starts like cuddling him, and just, like scratching him around. And he goes, this is the greatest joy I've ever experienced in my life. And just like, getting shaken around by this little girl.
Gonna teach her how to do war crimes.
You guys said her sole responsibility was to spend time with Mr. Muttons.
That's her
Mhm.
chore. She is the mutton keeper.
Mr. War Crimes Muttons at your service.
But you get them onto the ship. You all kind of have enjoyed the rest of this day with these people and giving them that kind of final goodbye. You can tell that the 4 teenagers, like, this is heavy for them because they're old enough to kind of process what's happening and understand where things are at.
Have their belief systems in place and have them all challenged. And
The little ones are, we get to go on a boat that flies? Cool.
You meet a sheep?
So you guys have hired a crew, found the first giant relic, and now you have to decide what's next.
I don't
Oh,
feel good about this mission.
how so?
No, all these tribes aren't the same, but we are stealing their holy relics.
To be fair, they killed a giant and stole the relic originally.
They did. But that is how a lot of horrible things of faith are put together. As they had said, not all of them are a monolith. Some of them are killers and fighters and would be, for lack of a better term, barbarians. But we are tearing apart people's lives.
Lysander, if I may, do take a moment to step back, even outside of the stealing back a stolen relic argument. You're right. None of these people are monolithic, and even in just this instance in which we have helped these people by shaking their faith, they shall continue to live another day. And if by any chance they do have a god with which they worship and they support, who is made real through the worship of this relic, their supporters will continue to live on another day because of our intervention.
Our intervention, we killed their strongest. We killed
saved
their
ourselves.
hunters. In a
We
place
acted in
we
self-defense.
didn't need to be. Who are we to be these mighty heroes to decide who lives, who dies, who gets affected by our collateral damage?
You're right. These are very difficult questions to ask. And they are not questions that Departos will, in any sense, pretend to have the answer to. And honestly, it sounds as though you are speaking in ways that Departos has very deeply felt throughout his life and still very deeply feels.
I think the worst part is the fact that this is not the only way to do this. This will give us hints and locations of where these tribes are to reinstate the ordering, to bring peace, but we don't need to do this.
You are right. And we don't have to. In this situation, this one instance, we did. And we have blood on our hands. There is no denying that. This tribe ceased to exist the way it ultimately did because we went to the Eye of the Allfather. We chose to go there for our own purposes. Were those purposes righteous? Yes, we believe so. But did they also have consequences? Yes. These people suffered a great loss at the hands of us. While their people are the ones who attacked us first, we retaliated in kind, and we ended this line of these people, and this will weigh heavily upon our hearts, likely for the rest of our lives. We are atoning how we can. We are doing what we can. And in this instance, I do believe that you have done right both by this artifact and by these people. However, in the future, you are correct. If there is a way we can go about things without taking these artifacts from people who worship them or who have them embedded in their culture, we can and should do it. Just like they are not monolithic, neither are we. We are flawed.
At this point in the conversation, a voice chimes up from outside of the group of you. It goes, "We do not blame you.
Please, come down.
I think that you do not understand what precisely it is that we worship, or why. Do you know of our god Utgar?
I do not.
A little.
Utgar is not the god of humans. He's not the
No.
god of giant slaying. Nor the god of vengeance. He's the god of battle. He's the god of courage. Giants wreaked havoc on us, yes. But they were not shrines out of hatred to the giants. These were shrines to victories of battle. If anything, this relic belongs to you more than us. It is clear you have won many more than any of us. If you would have attacked us, we would have fought to our last. That is our way. But you did not. And sometimes the noblest heart of a warrior is the one who shows mercy where aggression could be shown. That is the true courage of a warrior. That is what we worship.
I just don't want to go tearing through all of Utgaran tribes, taking your relics of your past battles for something we can potentially do without.
You told us that you're trying to take down the other giant chieftains, yes?
Stop them from creating war, yes, either by convincing or force or what we have to.
Do you know
One way
where
or another.
Do you know where the other ones are?
We do not.
Maybe.
We do not.
We know where artifacts they may lead us to them are.
So you know where the other artifacts are.
We do.
I do not know everything, but I know some. Let me come with you. More than just as a deckhand on the boat. I speak with guard.
You do.
I am not strong like my father was, but I am capable. I am smart.
You seem to be a gifted diplomat, to say the very least.
I either learned how to talk or I watched my people die.
And your people live today because of how you talked. What is your name?
My name is Wolfclaw.
Wolfclaw.
You,
It is
you don't
pleasant to meet you.
you don't have to emphasize it. It's wolf, like the animal, and then it's claw.
Wolfclaw.
Claw. Yeah.
It is pleasant to meet you.
Yes.
Departos is named Departos.
Thank you. My friends have. I understand that to outsiders it may seem an abnormal naming custom. But we have the others with me. He's Bear Fang, Hawk's Eye, and Lion's Courage were the other, I'd say, warriors, but
Friend, we have Tapartos the Third, and a man named Soup.
hey,
All the naming structures are nowhere near bizarre to us. It is a pleasure to welcome all of you on board this craft.
there is something you should know on that front. The two young ones, they have not been given their names.
Oh,
Must they earn them?
It is less of earning than someone respected by the tribe offering it to them for what they feel is worthy. I am not called Wolf Claw because I killed a wolf and took its claw. I am called Wolf Claw because I spent a long time of my childhood learning how to track, learning how to follow. I moved like a wolf. I acted like a wolf. That responsibility is yours now. We are not elders. We do not have the power to do. But as we have sworn fealty to you, we have sworn to serve on your boat. You are our elders now.
I am not much older than you myself.
I know. He kind of looks directly at like Anuk. Goes, no offense, but he is. And he knows the way of nature.
He is probably the closest to be able to do so.
I certainly think your trust is well placed in him.
He is the best of us.
Would you like to show me the list of... Well, you'll have to tell me. I cannot read it, but if you could show me...
Yes, and I would lay out all the locations. If we can take them peacefully to try and save this, ease this, it would take a great burden off my shoulders. I don't want to shed blood where it is not necessary.
Well, tell me the place, and I'll tell you what I can tell you. I know of the other tribes.
Do we know where we would want to pursue next, friends?
I mean,
There are
what else is left on the prime material plane?
a rock on a rock.
Yep.
A rock on a rock. Is that what it said?
A large rock upon a magic boulder, or a magic boulder upon a large rock.
That's not on the world. That is not on this plane.
Okay.
That
Where is
is that is on Uthheim.
Oh. Your
The home of Uthgar?
deity's plane.
It is the field where we go once we have lost in battle. You'd probably have heard of it as residing on a place called Eatgard. A magic boulder. It is said to be the stone from which Uthgar's axe was cut, the one that my father carried.
Oh. Well, that...
No, this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing.
No, it's just, there goes the one that we thought was on the prime material is what the disappointment was. It's like the other potentially easy one is off the table.
Well,
Are
you
the
say it
others
was a good thing.
Are the others also not here?
Plane of Fire, the Feywild, the Hells themselves, the Plains of Water and Air, the Abyss. They're all over.
Then none of those are with the
Like-
tribe still.
Oh, well, that's good.
This is why I wanted to speak to you.
So many of your concerns are now solved.
Yeah, a lot of that has been eased, honestly. If we are taking them from people they mean little to by comparison. Great.
The truth is, you are not the first to come hunting for the relics. That is why we were so on guard with you. We knew that the other tribes had been attacked. We did not know they were successful until you have just told us.
You are the last remaining that tribe protecting your hope.
And now, because of you,
This plane.
it is all the more protected than it ever would have been again. Clearly, it is more protected in your hands than it was in that of our king.
I feel so much better about this whole thing now. I was ready to just. It's been a very long day. I've had a lot of things thrown in my face of how, like, I'm doing everything wrong as a captain and we're doing everything wrong as a party, so it's great that we have something slightly right.
I should give you these. I should give you these. One moment. And you see he runs to like the room that he was given, and he comes back and he's holding papers. He goes, I do not know what these say, but they were my father's. Maybe they will help. He hands you the papers, and on a quick glance over, it's talking about how a group of strangers had been moving from tribe to tribe, taking these relics from the tribes themselves and moving them to places outside the Uthgard tribe's reaches.
Any word on the group?
They describe a rather tall furbolg in tall metal. They describe a half-orc who carries around a flower. A Goliath who dances more fiercely than any to be seen before. You gather, without me having to make you roll, the reason the barbarians in the temple attacked you so fiercely and aggressively was because you were the ones that were attacking their groups.
Simulacrums.
That is why they were on this plane. This is what they were here to do. And Xerxes put them up to it.
These letters seem to have started about a month ago. The reports all came from within the last month.
How? We killed his dad 6 months ago.
Correct. So one month before
A month
those
prior,
events.
okay.
Yes.
I was like, how?
Forgetting the 6-month time skip, it is a month before then.
Yeah, okay. They have made more simulacra.
I doubt it will stop until we cut it off at the source, so to say.
Ileana, you've been studying the simulacrum spell, correct? You would know, based off of just your knowledge of the spell, a base simulacrum spell does not copy equipment and gear. It just copies the person itself.
So if Dandy Basher was on the simulacrum, what does that mean?
I mean, something very strong made the simulacrum.
To make true copies of us.
I don't think you can treat them like any ordinary, the simulacrum that I'll be able to cast eventually. I think you have to treat them as intelligent and can learn from us, and we have to be ready for them.
And for them, additionally, sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt people, but just so you have all the information, the tribes are spread across the entire Storm Coast. On foot, it would take months upon months to go.
So there's a dozen of us.
Or powerful teleportation magic.
That's concerning because, another main component of simulacrum is you need a part of the body or some form of like hair or fingernails or something from the body you're trying to make. And for making this many of us, do they even need that? Or can they just make a copy of anyone whenever they want?
I mean, they had to make copies of most of us previously. The ones of us who were in close contact with Dandelion, did it outline everyone in the party at present or just us four?
Everyone except for Zykor.
Even Ileana? Interesting.
So pretty much everybody that came back from Dandyland.
Or everyone who was in close contact with Dianthus in Dandyland.
Or Dandelion.
Or Dandelion.
There are a million ways in which they could have either received the information or grabbed pieces from us or any other manner of things. But we are being framed and hunted and played against. And we've always known this would happen.
And
But
if
it's...
they're taking, sorry,
No, please, Ileana.
if they're taking these artifacts and they were already successful in doing so, who's to say they don't have massive defenses or traps set up at them? Maybe we should just go and try to find the giants ourselves.
That's fair. Well, we know we have one. And we can take this back to the Oracle. And at the very least, see what they have to say about this and go from there.
To see
Perhaps
if
it will grant us some sort of insight.
to see if the magic or the knowledge is worth it.
You can see if it's magical if you'd like, if you wanted to do a detect magic or whatever around it.
Oh, yeah. No, do it detect magic. Or arcane check or anything.
It is magical.
I mean, it's an ancient giant web. Does it look like still well together? Does it look 4,000 of years old?
It looks like so the actual shield itself looks to be a solid adamantine frame. And the shield itself is like a hide shield, but it is made of crimson red dragon scales.
Ooh.
I mean, we are not far off. We can return to the temple and see what knowledge we gain from returning an artifact to see if it
Worth
is
a
worth
shot.
pursuing the others.
I mean, this is why we sought this in the first place. We have it in our possession. We can return it to where it came, and at the very least, see what happened, and then make further educated guesses from there. It's worth a shot. Can't hurt anyone.
And look, this is a giant's weapon. It's very big. It's the size of a gong.
But if
Can
it's a
I-
magic weapon, or if it's a magic item, and it requires attunement, it will attune to the size of the person using it. In theory.
If the idea is to go back to the temple, can I identify it on the way back to the temple?
I mean, I think we'd have time.
But
Probably.
yeah, you'd have another about half day's travel back.
So you could even ritual cast it and not burn a spell.
Cool. Yeah. If I can, I'll do that.
This is called the Shield of the Uven Rune. Uven.
Wow.
Oh.
I mean, it says it's white dragon.
I changed it for flavor.
So are we immune to not cold damage?
Yeah, it'd be fire damage.
That's fair.
But yeah, that exists. You guys are heading back towards. I almost said High Hrothgar. No.
Wrong
The
fantasy.
Temple of the Eye of the Allfather. Did you say Final Fantasy?
Wrong fantasy.
Oh, I said Final Fantasy. I was like,
No, I know my
No?
shit.
no, you guys are heading back to the Eye of the Allfather. Is there anything that you wanted to do, or are you just trying to bust through it and get to that?
I mean, continue my training. Hang out with our new deck hands, and
I mean,
I'd also
when I'm
like
not
to
training,
have.
I'm doing the training.
Yeah, you guys spend the day. You do your daily trainings that if you guys wanted to do, and you start working with these 4 teenage kids to start guiding them and just teaching them, basic combat, teaching them how to run the ship, teaching them how to basic like survival craft, like learning how to forage, things like that, telling them what to look for, just teaching them the basics of adventuring.
This is a very like jarring experience for Lysander and potentially for Ileana as well. I don't know her stance of like, we just adopted kids, all intents and purposes, 3 years younger than us. It's just like, oh God, we're grown-ups now.
Yeah.
Do we want to return the shield from now what we know of it?
What do you mean?
It is a powerful relic, but I think it deserves to return to the giants.
Okay.
I think so too.
I'm okay with that. I just thought maybe if some of our shield using friends needed a shield, maybe they could attune to it and then it would serve us in battle until we bring more back.
It is up to Ileana and Tepartos because I cannot give up mine.
We can. So, with identifying it, also let me identify that secondary bit about making it a weapon too.
Yeah.
I explained that too. Like, it doesn't have to be a shield. We can make it a
But
weapon.
if we do that part, then it won't be the relic of the giants no more. We can't return it.
Yeah. True.
I mean, unless the rune is what's the power to them in their eyes, and then...
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, give them the weapon and, like, the shield. But, yeah, that's true. We shouldn't separate it.
Well, the shield is destroyed, apparently.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
If the Partos may, because of what we set out for specifically, and being able to get this, and still having no idea what sort of information may be gotten from the Eye of the Allfather, from one of these very rare, priceless giant artifacts, it may be worthwhile to try to see what this information could bring. If later on it seems as though the items will be more important than the information, so be it, but we don't even know one half of the puzzle and we've already committed ourselves to this. So, Tepartos is willing to give up potentially a very powerful shield for further insight to this journey that we have committed ourselves to, if the rest of the group is.
And everyone gets... As ending up as de facto leader, everyone gets a say.
Yes.
If we think this is more useful to keep, but we don't even know what we're dealing with.
I think you should bring it back.
Are we collecting artifacts?
The quick version, we bring artifacts to Oracle, who connects with Anam directly. Oracle tells us where giant tribes are. We talk to giant tribes, go, hey, don't be a dick, or destroy them if they decide to be a dick. Restore balance. Fix the ordning. Peace on the land.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so you have to take every item back that you find immediately?
No, but...
So why not just use this to help get the other ones? I mean, like, you literally just told the kids that they're on, like, the 9 hells, the plane of fire, the plane of ice. Like, you literally have to, like, go to all of these other places, and you don't know what has them. That could be useful.
Yes, I agree. The other side of this is, if we do not find the information we are getting back useful, and we decide to just seek out the giant tribes ourselves without gathering these artifacts, we don't have to go to these places. So it is determine what the information is versus use this powerful item to help obtain the others. Also, there's the other thing now, if we know this is an item that is usable and important, do we want those in the hands of Xerxes anyway? I think not. So we might have to get them anyway.
I mean, it just sounds like you just don't have to turn these in if you find them all. I mean, they're like literally legendary artifacts.
But it does return it to the giants who these items were taken from. And also tell us where the giant tribes are.
And who we
Also
said
currently
we
trying to
would
kill the
return
world?
these to.
And
No. Not the Eye of the Allfather, not interested in killing the world, interested in restoring balance and order to the ordering.
No, but you need them to go get information on the giants who are going to kill, or to like try to kill, all of the small folk, right?
We don't know if it's all giants, but enough giants, yes.
And are you for certain that this information is the only way to find the giants? Like you can't just kind of go around?
No, but I am certain that it has the potential to be very valuable, and I trust the Eye of the Allfather, who is the direct link to Anam.
Yes,
I
Alex?
want this information.
I was letting y'all finish. One person roll me an insight check.
One of our wisdom casters, probably. Ilya or Nook would be my thought.
It's too late. Zycor did it.
Oh,
Hallelujah.
that's fine.
It was just for no one ever said you had to leave the relic at the temple.
Yeah. It's about to make that.
It doesn't sound like the two goals are not separate anyway.
No, this will provide us information of where the tribes are, so we don't have to scour the entire Storm Coast to find them. Sword Coast? Storm Coast.
I will add that the Oracle also said if you were to return one of the relics that it would open more information that was available to be gained with more questions from the Oracle.
Yes.
Fully
So-
trust that this is an oracle to Anam and Anam's true will and not its own will. Because no offense, like I was a part of the decision, but we literally let out a devil to the world without consulting anyone. And your friend Olan was pissed.
Ilyana, do you want to call Olan and see if he trusts the Eye of the Allfather and the Oracle? Because we have to check in with him now.
I'll take out a sending stone and say, hey, we found the shield. Should we go to the Allfather Eye?
There is a very long pause. And then a response of, they're debating about it?
Yeah. They wanted to ask your opinion.
Apparently, we're in trouble now.
It's just in the middle of the deck of the ship. It's just Olan. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Olan.
First, I would like to apologize. I was harsh the last time I was here, and I raised my voice, and I'm sorry for that. It was not kosher of me to do. And I just want to say I'm sorry.
Thank you, and it is okay.
Second, for everything you've described to me, which I assume is everything, this oracle, you were told by the ghost of a giant how to activate it, who said that for centuries, giants had been going to this exact temple to try and gain information on the ordning and to determine who was worthy of following the ordning, which is undoubtedly caused by Anam the Allfather, hence why it is so revered and respected.
Yes.
Makes sense to maybe go talk to that oracle to gather more information.
I trusted it.
Yes.
Kind of like turns and looks at Zycor. I understand the hesitation.
No, they're the ones hesitating. They don't know if they want to go collect more relics or just
No,
go
no, we know what we're
trance
doing.
now.
You're trying to play the devil's advocate, and you're doing a bad job. We're going to go collect the relics.
Well, okay, so that's not necessarily true.
What? What do you mean I'm playing devil's advocate? I'm the one that said keep the shield and like go play. Like, you weren't told to turn it in right away. This could help you get the other one, so why not use it? And then you said, well, why don't we just turn it in? What
Yeah,
if
because
we
we're
don't
going to
need
turn
it?
it in to get the information.
And no one ever said they had to keep it either. And
Anyway,
I said that
hold
too.
on.
Hi. Hey. You guys all right?
We're
Is everything
fine.
okay?
No.
There's children here. Like a lot of them.
Oh, yes, this is Wolfclaw.
I point
Hey.
to Lysander and Ileana. Yeah, the children adopted children, and I'm going back up to the crow's nest now.
How old are you?
What? Bee flew in your bonnet today, Zykor.
You know, the more he
Eh.
talked, the more I don't like him.
I mean, like I just asked simple questions and then just got like yelled at for it.
No, you're asking things that are meant to be intentionally hostile, and we're going back at you for it.
What was meant to be intentionally hostile of why don't you use that to help find the other relics because you're debating on whether or not it could be used.
The fact that every time we bring something up, a counterpoint is made that is completely antithetical to what we are trying to do. I'm sorry, but you have not been here throughout a lot of what has been going on. We have this plan set in place, and we intend to go through on
Plan?
it. Yes, plan. Collect
That
the
would-
relics, take them back to the Eye of the Allfather, gather the information that we will gain from them, and then figure out what to do from there. I'm sorry we don't have the answers immediately, but that's kind of how this is going to operate.
Glad I finally got to know your plan. Thank you. Like I literally just found out about why we were looking for the relics just now.
You could have asked.
I did.
Anyway,
Why was I brought in on this?
We were
mediation and insight.
mainly it came down to we were talking in circles. A point was brought up that we released a devil into the world because we didn't question the thing we were talking to, and we trusted it on blind faith. And we were told to report to you in those sort of situations.
Yeah, but I knew about this one.
I know we had a feeling that this was fine and solid, but we needed. Zykor doesn't trust us.
And we not trusting ourselves now because of that.
Yeah, we are dealing with a lot of, not just Zykor, a lot of like things we're coming to fronts with, and we are questioning our own abilities here. So yes,
Yeah, that's fair. Look, I'll be real. I get why Zykor would be questioning things. Came to join the party based off of, hey, they killed a giant chief. They're doing cool shit. Let me jump in on that. And this is a whole different level of shit that he's found himself in.
it is a lot,
I'd be stressed. I'd be questioning too.
and it's not simple to explain in a quick, short onboarding pitch.
Right, and your group is not always the best at making decisions or thinking through decisions or direct conversations or communicating at times. So, as you called me, I didn't come here to do this, but you called me. My advice, if you still want it, would be to follow the course of action laid before you. Because the two sides of the coin are you go after the relics or you search for the giants on your own. One side of that coin has an actual substantial lead to go off of. The other side has nothing. And in months of research, we found nothing.
And the other part of the debate is get the information from the Eye now, or gather everything and then hand 12 of them over later.
Now, you see, that's fair. Did they say you had to leave him there?
No?
Then it makes sense to check back in and see if you can learn anything new. If you find out you can't, then you can't and you move on. If you
I mean,
can,
it's also literally like down there, like kind of points over the side of the ship.
yeah, that's fair. Let's see. Well, if I had to choose one of those two options, then, of whether you check in at the Eye of the Allfather or you don't, I would fly down about a quarter mile and just do it. But also, work on your communication, guys. Voices don't need to get raised. Yelling doesn't help anything. I find a more direct tone, like a more direct statement from a calming voice, has much more of an impact.
It's also exponentially more threatening.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt. Well, I'm going to go back to doing all the other 17 things you gave me to do. Best of luck, I guess.
Thank you, Alon.
If ever you're questioning, ask yourself WWGD.
What would Garagak do?
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you have trouble thinking of it on your own, just ask the guy.
Liliana will go look over the side of the airship and then back at Olan and back at Garagak and back off the side of the airship and jump off the airship.
She took it literally.
He did.
She can fly.
She has featherfall.
Garagak?
Runs over and jumps off the boat with.
He
Liliana.
does not.
I'll jump off the side of the boat, wild shape
Detritus is
into
gonna
an
follow
eagle, and catch Garagak.
No, see,
Jump
so
off
you
the
go
side
to
of the
jump,
boat,
and it's
cast.
not a far
Oh,
it's not a far fall.
Oh.
Like it's
I was
about a
told
quarter mile. It's about a quarter mile fall,
Oh,
but it's not
okay.
all that far. So you take the time, think about it. You jump off and you go to catch Garagak, and you're falling behind him, and he's falling. And you see, he just turns around and gives you a thumbs up, and just boom, 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 and then stands back up.
I would also like to sprint off the side of the boat and cast Death Ward on myself.
I'm going
Let's
to land the
go.
ship. I'm going to bring the ship down to a reasonable level.
What would
Wolfgar
Garagak
looks at you and
do?
goes, "Is that what we're supposed to be doing? Am I
No.
supposed to jump off the boat?"
You are not. Do not worry about it. We are much more hardy. Please do not jump off the ship. And if for any reason you do have to get off of the ship while the ship is up, we have all these handy harnesses here. If for some reason don't,
I mean,
don't. But
they
if you need
probably
to-
would have seen me at least turn into the giant eagle.
Oh yeah. They watched you transform, and like you got down safe. I wanted to give Garagak his moment of bounce, because he hasn't had one of those yet, and he's jumped off the boat like 6 times.
That's true.
Don't jump off
I
the ship.
forgot about it.
Going to land the ship or bring it closer to the ground so we can all get down safely.
Yeah, you guys bring the ship down. You pull it to a halt, and you guys go towards the entrance to the Eye of the Allfather Temple. It's honestly slightly shorter than most of our episodes will go, but I think that is a good place to wrap up, and we'll open
Mhm.
with the temple next week.
It's fair.
Does that work? Is that cool with
Excellent.
everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. This way, maybe we'll get through wrap up, and Ian won't be asleep by the end.
I am awake. I took the nap preemptively. Like I'm
Okay,
here.
let's play for another hour then.
Okay, no, can we go to bed?
Yeah.
See?
Weird.
See?
Love you.
Try
Thank
to
you,
watch out
everybody, for watching. This has been this episode of The Dice That Bind Us. Less chaotic of a mess than the last one, but more chaotic of a mess in slightly different ways. Do all that normal YouTube stuff, like comment, subscribe, share, check us out on Twitter.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. We want to be in your sub boxes. If you like this sort of stuff, let other people who also like this sort of stuff know that we exist. We love all of you and hope you continue liking and watching our show. Because that conversation would have went in like 4 more circles if I didn't do that thing.
Well, stay safe, stay hydrated. Hug your mothers, tell your friends you love them, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey.
Bye-bye.